Welcome on. Pretty decent turn up on a technical Tuesday again. Really missed you guys. Sorry I wasn't there last week for both of the sessions. I wasn't feeling too good. Starting from I think it was a Friday midday evening. Started feeling a lot better, and I'm all here again. Just really tired after a long day of work, but we all know that. Today, well, you know what? Just give the words to Darren. What we're going to do today.
Hey guys, how we doing? So today we are going to work on change of paces, basically. So we're going to work on a few kata segments where we can potentially change the pace, and it might be a stronger technique than a couple of quick techniques, or vice versa. And what we're going to do is we're going to focus on some totally unrelated to the sections of kata, but fighting combinations where we can use the same kind of ideas, where we break the pace, change the pace up, and then that's where you're probably going to get most of your success in those areas. I mean, Wesley's dropped many a people with a good change of pace and well executed techniques, and it happens quite a lot, to be fair. Most people don't get dropped by single techniques nowadays unless the person is immensely strong, like Cabanazzi, for example. Actually pretty fast as well, to be fair, but insanely strong. So yeah, that's what we're going to work on today. We're going to have a little warm up with maybe one of the lower grade katas, and then we're just going to go from there, really, because the combinations won't relate necessarily to what we do in basic form. Anything else, Wes?
Well, just the reason we doing this is we've been doing a lot of things over the what is it, probably last 6 months or so.
Yeah, it feels
closely too. But this is something you which is very important when you're doing kata or when you're fighting. But it's not necessarily being taught by a lot. It's very important to do the change of pace and stuff like that. I remember Darren participating in a World Kata tournament. There were a few Russians who were really strong and really good in their kata, but they were just like very robotic and very static or staccato in the things they did. And Darren really used a lot of changes in his pace, which was very well executed, but the referees were also like, wow, this is amazing, and that's where he probably won the tournament, because he did something different than what 90% of them did, although their katas were amazingly good as well.
Oh yeah, technically everything was correct.
And very, very correct, but it was all just in one movement, and you see this a lot in fighting as well. So that's what we try to give you some ideas on how to really use those kind of things. And well, it's not going to be learned in a day, because, to be fair, we've been training long and hard for this, but just gives you some other ideas as well with KRT tips and tricks. That's what we are. Got any questions? Use the chat, or maybe in the new version, use the chat over there, and have fun. Enjoy. Mr. Stringer.
Over to me. Oh my God, this feels so strange. I've got a training buddy back. So yeah, we're going to start off just a little warm up, and then a couple of changes of the paces. We'll go over to Wes. He can give another idea, and then we can just flip back and forwards like we normally do. The important thing is to make sure that you recognise that you are personally changing your pace. Not to say that we expect you to keep up with the fastest person in the room, or if you happen to be the slowest person in the room. It's just about changing your levels. As Wesley said, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't the sole reason, but definitely one of the contributing reasons why I was successful was because not everything was kind of done on that same level. And it's like watching, you know, anything. If everything's the same, all of a sudden you kind of switch off in your brain cell, and that happens in fighting as well. It happens in fighting, it happens in Kata, and it happens all the time when we're doing all the key on. Sometimes if you're not staying really focused, you switch off in your mind, and then all of a sudden something really changes, and you're like, oh, actually, well, what happened there? That was really cool. So that's what you want to try and do in your fighting, in your kata. Yes, the timings and the techniques are all there for you to use in a certain pattern, but you can break things up, even slow techniques. You can start off fast and then really slow it down and things like that. So just going to give a couple of ideas and a little warm-up to start off with. Okay? All right. So, we're going to use, I'm actually going to use Yantsu, just this position here, and then we're going to come back in here, okay, just as the first one, just because it's really basic and not that difficult, and then we'll come back to a lower grade kata, okay? So what we're going to do is we're just going to be here, we're going to pull in slowly, and then out a bit quicker, and then back, okay? Don't worry too much, we're just pulling back, and it's shote uke gidan. So we're coming in like we do for shote uke chudan. We're going out with a slightly more explosive punch, chudan oitsuki, pull back, and then shote uke gidan. Okay, so they're the three techniques we're going to warm up with that coincides to be in Yantsu. Okay, so we're going to be here. We're going to start with the hand out. So we're just going to pull in 1, 2, 3, 4, drive out, pull back and down. Okay, and then out to the side. Pull in 1, 2, 3, 4, drive out, pull back, strike down. Okay, and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, out, pull back, drive down. Okay, good. Out, 1, 2, 3, 4, out, in, and out. Itch, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Itch, 1, 2, 3, 4. Itch, 2, 3, 4. Itch. Good, good. 3 more. Itch. Knee. Sun. Good, and just relax. Okay, so we're just gonna, one more thing before we switch over to Wesley, and hopefully we can get a few ideas today on how we do this, because it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. So we're going to start off with chudan skis now, nice and basic, and we're just going to be going along at a steady pace. Don't worry about the power at the moment, because we really want to be able to notice that pace when we do change. Okay, so we're just going to be there. I'm going to say ejime, and we're just going to be punching out, and when I say it, boom, we're going to do 2 punches, and then we're going to go back to that same pace, okay? Warming up still, so don't go too crazy. We just want to see a change in pace, not necessarily from 0 to 100 straight away, because not everybody warms up that way, okay? So, left arm out, let's go. So when I say ejime, just oitsukis, chudans, and then when I count, itch, bang, bang, 2 really quite dynamic punches, okay? Ready? Ejime, out, just keep it going. Edge, and then keep going. Make sure everything's correct. Edge, 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 edge. Edge, 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 there, edge, 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 edge. Edge. Last one coming up. Edge. And relax. Okay. And hopefully straight away you can notice the difference between the paces. We want good solid techniques all the way through, of course, and really dynamic when it counts. Okay. Over to Wes, where he can give you another idea before we move on.
So, the first kata we're gonna focus on is actually Pinan Ni Os. The first of the really interesting and hard katas within the curriculum we're doing. We're gonna go over after the 4 Shuto Mawashi ukes. I'm gonna be over here, and these are all slightly in the same pace. Up, you go up, 1, 2. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. And all these times, if you do this you can't do this movement or this movement in the same time and same timing as the shutos. So that's what we're gonna work on. So we're gonna be standing over here. Just, you know what, stand there, right leg, Yonshuho, 45 degrees. So we're going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, and then go Maigiri Gyakuski. Stay over there. Os, is this good for you all? Let me give some explanations while we do this. Oh, so there we go. And knee. Sun, Shi, and 4 count, Ich, Ni, Sun, Shi, Maigiri, Gyakuski. And something that happens a lot is now after they done Gyakuski, Ich, Ni, Sun, Shi, they really rush into there. Us, you don't want this. So after you've done 1, Ich, Ni, Sun, Shi, Mai, Gyaku, and Morota Uki. So this is again, this is a slight change of the tempo. So 2 change, well, maybe even 3 if you count this one, but 3 changes of the tempo within only, what is it, 6 or maybe 7 techniques. So this is what we're gonna work on. Yeah? Here we go. Yonshiho. 45 degrees, 2 more shutos. Ich, ni. First tempo change. Ich, fast. Ni. Ich, ni, sun, shi, ei. Go. And alright, good. So after this one, ich, ni, sun, shi. Straight away mine, gyaku, and forward. The last one is 1 count. There we go. And I just want you to feel the rhythm, the change of the rhythm. There we go. Ich, ni, sun, shi, go. There we go. Ei, an, and now ready. Shake loose again. Shake loose again. 3 more times. Ich, ni, sun, shi, go. Ei, eia. And now ready. Last one by count, by numbers. Ich, ni, sun, ei, go, ei, an, and alright. Okay, so now you will try and do this without the count. So you will try to do this in a smooth way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ni, sun, shi, ei, bam. There we go. There we go. Everybody, right leg, kokotsudachi. Yonshuho. Hajime! Last one without the count. Us.
Us.
Kumite. And itch. And now ready. Good. So this is the first time you're probably doing this in the curriculum. Us, obviously, there are some other techniques you can do this with as well. But this is the first kata that actually allows you to play with the tempo. Us. And if you look at it, this is a very interesting but hard kata. Us. So please try and do it as good as possible. And especially in the lower grades, you can already see the people who are really doing the kata properly or just doing the steps. And just doing the steps is only one rhythm, not playing with power, not playing with tempo. Us. We're gonna go over to Darren now for his little bit. I think we're getting warm now, and we can actually go on to some other bits. Us. If you'd like to have a quick little drink, please let us know, or just grab it. To be fair.
Yeah, hands up everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've emphasised the importance of pin and knee many times before, and it really is an important kata on how you're going to develop and progress in the future. Get pin and knee good, and the rest of them will really fall into place a lot easier. Struggle with this, and you're probably going to struggle longer term as well. Okay, so I'm going to use one of my. I really like this kata in tournaments, pin and go. And it's actually a selection kata that they pull out the hat in the black belt category, so you're not sure whether you're going to get it or not. And for me, it's always one that I'm like, ooh, I'd really like to get this one. Okay, so we're gonna work off on the beginning of the kata, and for those that don't know it, don't worry too much. It's only a selection of moves. We're not going through the entire kata, but there's a it can be either a really fast, good dynamic start or a really fast, horrible, sloppy start, and we're going to try and obviously do the first version of this. We don't want to do rubbish stuff, right? So basically, from here, the start is Chuke, Gyaku Ski. These are done like quite dynamic, quite fast. So we're there, bang, bang, and then we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4 in position. Then 1, 2, nice and dynamic. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to have a strong technique as we come out for Morote Chuke. So we're just going to work on that section. Uchuke Gyaku, pull in. Okay, just like normal punch for the low grades, and the other hand sits on top. 1, 2, pull in, and remember it pulls in on a straight line, not out and around. So Ushuka Gyaku pull, Ushuka Gyaku pull, and then drive in with Morote Chuke, right leg, right arm going forward. Okay, everybody understand this? Yes? I'm sure everybody knows the kata as well. So we've got a few high grades in the camp, so it should be okay. And I think maybe Amaya, little white belt from my club, is probably the only one that won't know it. Hopefully. Okay. So let's the same format as Wes. Let's do a few by numbers. Try and get that change of place really apparent first of all. Bang, bang, in, 2, 3, 4. Making sure that this pull in is quite nice and strong, rigid, and to the count of 4. Okay, so a few by numbers, a few Mogure, and then we'll pass over to Wes, and we can show you some more stuff. Okay, right. So let's just go straight into Yoi. Let's not worry about the Yoi position itself for now. I'm going to go through that later on, hopefully.
Yeah. One question. Shall we do a little combination after this and then go to the other kata?
Yeah, okay, we can do that as soon as people starting to get a bit warm now.
Yeah, probably.
Yes, yes, yeah, I am. I'm kind of warm the moment I put my gear on. To be fair, so a couple of combinations here, fighting combination, and then we'll go over to Wes. Okay, ready? So by numbers to start off with. Ready? Edge. And pull in, 2, 3, 4. Edge. In, pull, 3, 4. Edge. Strong. And back to your way. Okay, so we get the flavour. Fast, slow, strong. Nice, deep, strong stance, driving forward on that last one. Okay? Ready? Edge! 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 Good. And back to your way. Okay, ready? Edge! 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 And back to your way. 2 more by numbers. And we'll do 2 or 3 more going. Okay. Edge! 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 Alright. Last one by numbers. Edge! Up! Edge! 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 And back to your way. Okay. 2 now more gore. 1 on the count of each. Boom, boom, back, forward. Just hold the position and I'll say let's return to your way. Okay? Right. Let's go. Showtime. Let's see who's nice and quick and dynamic on the side. For me, I'm hoping the second guy at least is. Okay. Hey! Good, and now do 2 more actually. I know I said 2, but that was actually quite good, so surprise, surprise. Ready? Edge! Nicely done, people. And back. Last one. We'll have a little combination, and then we'll move on. Edge! And now good. Nicely done. We're going to start off really simple at the moment with the combinations. Try and not overload you with too much thought process, but do try to think about the change of pace. Okay? So, the combination will be nice and simple. We're going to go 1, 2, and then we're going to go the same hand. It's going to be the sharp one. So you're going to go bang, bang, bang. Okay? And normally the sharp ones, especially for same hand, might be like really strong, really sharp. Really strong, really sharp with the second one. Okay? So do try and think about that. So nice and easy. 1, 2, and then as this is lots of power here, bang, nice and crisp and sharp with the Stasky on the last one. Okay? Try and use the core back and then drive out nice and quick. Do that. Okay? And we're changing the height as well to confuse the person. Okay, we all good with this? 10, 10, little exercise, and then we'll go over to Wesley for the next section. Okay? All good. Let's go. Ready? Go! Good. Overarm. 1, 2. Quick pull back. Drive. with the strategy. Okay, let's go. Ready? Eight. You. Sun. She. Go. Up. Eight. Eight. Go. Two.
Yeah.
Good. Down for some push-ups. So, looking for steady pace for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drive up on the 5th. Okay, all understand? So, the first 4, they're going to be the lower ones. So, we're just going to be going here. 1, 2, 3. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. And then drive up on the 5th, nice and fast. We've got 5 sets of them to do, so it's 25 in total. Okay, all good. Steady pace on the first 4. Boom, really drive up. Full extension on the last one. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. Go. Up again. Eat some quick drink. And then we're going to go over to Netherlands with Peter Pan, the man, Wes.
Peter Pan, the man, or as we like to call the Netherlands, schmucking a pancake.
Schmucking a pancake.
Schmucking a pancake, bing bong. Right, get yourself a quick little drink, and then we go over to the next kata. And this is a question for you guys. How in how many katas, or in which katas? Please try to think about them. Are we doing these changes of tempo, or are we doing these changes of power? And it's probably more than you would have thought of at first, because it's such a natural way to just do the kata and don't think about what we're doing. And then at the moment we're doing something like this, you'll be like, so we're doing it in this kata, in this kata, in this kata, and so on. So this really opens the mind and opens the view on what you can really do with karate and what you can really do with just kata. And that really makes it special again. So that's probably the reason why so many of us are doing this for such a long time already. Let's go over to also a kata that's picked for the black belts and higher. And this is the Giksadai. So obviously you start off Giksadai. 1, 2, get and bri. 1, 2, get and bri. Then you go 3 slow movements. After this, you do Maigiri, Hiji Jodanate, Oragan, Somanuchi, get and bri, Gyakuski, and finish off with the Kiai. With the Yun, what is this? Shuto Uchi?
It's like my store Jordan Uchuke, isn't it?
Yeah, well, hence the name. I'm sorry for not knowing it at this moment, but we know what the deal is. So the part we're going to focus on is we're going to do ich, ni, san, shi. 1, 2, 3. Os. And this is a really important thing. So when you make the kick, don't drop your foot, but you need to really be controlled about your body. Everything needs to be strong. And then this, and this are 4 correct techniques. No, and yeah, you want to do this. Yeah. just a hard eye, and probably no one sees it. Us. So that's what we're going to focus on. So at this time, at this stage, we're going to do every technique on one count. Us, just to really get into the mood, and then we're going to add some techniques together just to really be controlled about the body, but don't be staccato like the Russians in the World Tournament. Us. It's actually, I'm not making fun of them. It's actually really good how they control their kata and how they do it. It's just so, it just would be so better if they can be a little bit more smooth at sometimes, because the power they give away and the stances, everything is like a very on point, but it's just too much on point. And then at that time you're thinking, is this a robotic dance? You don't want to do that. Us. Good. So there we go. So this is one count. Magyu is one count. Iji is one count. Rakin is one count. Gedambra is one count. Gyakuski is one count. Us. There we go. Stand into yoi, and then step with the right leg in front. Ich, ni, dan, shi. Now, maigiri. Bring out the maigiri and bring it back, but keep the knee off the floor. Ich, ni, dan, shi. Go. And all right. So we get the hang of this. Yeah? Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Rock. And all right. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Look. And away. Last time, like this. Us. Us. And ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Look. And away. Okay. Obviously, you can play with this. Whether you want to keep the maigiri out for a little bit longer. I tend to really do this at katas. Us, I'm not the one doing a quick maigiri. I'm the one who points it out, bam, bam, and then do a quick technique again. So, in Dutch, they explain it to me. It's called kime, to really hold it just there for a little bit. But you still have to make the right technique to do that. Us. So now, this is one count. Maigiri is one count. 1, 2. So Iji, Raken, it's going to be one count. And Gedambrai, Gyakuski is going to be one count. Very important, after doing your Raken, do a full Gedambrai. Don't go like this. One, bam, bam, and there you go. Us, Gedambrai, Gyakuski is going to be a count as well. Us. Uchiuka, one count. Maigiri, Hiji, Uraken, one count. Gedambrai, Gyakuski, one count. Us. There we go. Ich. Now 3. Ni. San. No, it's actually quite hard. Wait there.
I was good to go. I
heard your key there. I was like, ooh. I had it myself. I know it's hard. Two more like this. Us. And ich. Ni. San. And last one like this. Us. And ich. E. And all right. Us. Now we're going to stick it together. Okay. One count. my hiji, yurakan, get and brai, gaku ski, do it together as well. But still, keep a little bit of change in the technique. Don't be, it's not gonna, that's no bueno. Us, 1, 2, 3, 4. Us,
Us.
Here we go. Itch. Knee. Oh, people, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. 2 more. There we go. Itch. Knee. Oh, last one. Giving me shivers, guys. Really good. Really good. Really enjoying this. Last one. Hey. And all right. We do 1. No, sorry. We do 2 without a count. So when I say hajime, 4 counts. Ni, san, shi. When you're there, start 1, 2, 3, 4. Os. 2. Yoi. Me. All right. Last one, people. Stand there. Jimmy. And all right. Good. All right. Shake loose a little bit. So we're gonna do another combination of punches. Us, just to really think about the tempo change and the level change. Us. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do from a close range distance, 1, 2. So up, up, or stasky, long hook, same arm, go to the chest. Os. So I'm gonna be here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Os. There you are. This is 1, 2. There it is. Os. You hear? Os. In the pace. Os. 10 on the left, 10 on the right. Little exercise. And then probably Darren will have another kata where we actually do changes of tempo. Us. And ish. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Rup. Shish. Ash. Cool. Okay. Up, up, hook, over. Us. Up, up. Ha, ha. There it is. Us. I'll be taking these a little easy. Us. There we go. Ish. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Rup. Shish. Ash. Two. Good. All right then. So the exercise we're gonna do is we're gonna do jumping jacks. Every time I count, you will lie yourself down on the floor without hands, all the way up, stand again, and there you go. In total, we will do lying down, standing up, only 5 times. It's Technical Tuesday. There we go. And remember, jumping jack, you will go out, arms up, down, legs closed. Don't there's a lot of people doing it. Something, I can't even do it. It's like dancing without a rhythm. I can't do it. Yeah? There we go. And Hajime. Aish. Knee. Sun. Shi. Uno más. Acha. Again. Go, 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 go. Now ready. Good. Quick little drink, guys. Oh, Mr. Stringer, aka Lester Boy. It's a very nice.
Very nice. So, we are going to do and yawn. Okay. So when you come round, there, 1, 2, 3, 4, in, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, in, boom, boom. Significant change in pace here because we've got the yoi, which is fast and then slow, pick up, good maigiri, and then 2 really dynamic punches. Across, again, slow, up, kick, 2 dynamic punches. And then we can go on and do the other bits, but we haven't got all night tonight, so funnily enough, like every other night, goes pretty quick. So this is the bit that we're going to pay attention to. Now, Wesley was mentioning in the last one, yeah, it's really good, you know, and it's really good, but you need to realise that you can't practice dynamic movements for a very long period of time, or one after the other, should I say, for a very long period of time. You have to give the people rest. You know, when you're doing all of your training in the dojo, most of the time it's repetition work, perfection of techniques. And then when you work on like nights like tonight, is when you break it down, you do dynamic movements, a little bit of a break. That's why we're always coming back to here. Like, you do it, boom, 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 come back. Then we do it, boom, 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 come back. It's not, well, it's not impossible, but it's very difficult, especially when you're starting out of these change of paces, because what ends up happening is the instructor goes, Hajime, and hopefully we're not doing that for you. Hopefully we're giving you all enough time, because obviously me and Wesley were a little bit more used to this maybe than other people. So if we are going a little bit too fast, put it in the chat. We can always take the count a little bit slower, because what we really want from you guys is consistent dynamic movements throughout the session, not just 1 or 2 segments, okay? So hopefully that goes well. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in, and we're going to be in 1, 2, 3, 4, raise, gyaku ski, kick with the back leg, and then it will be gyaku oi. Coming across, arms together, cross, down to the side like in yoi, gyaku raise, maigiri, punch, punch, okay? Everybody understand and know this kata, hopefully. So we're going to the left leg forward, yoi, right leg kick, left, right. Right leg forward, left hand lift, left leg kick, right, left. Okay?
Awesome.
All good? All no?
Awesome.
Very, very good. As per usual, we've got a few by numbers, then we'll break, then we'll start to go a few more gore, and this is where we want to see your own pace start to work. So you fall outside of the count, and this is where Wesley is alluding to saying where the Russians fall into. It's always like a count base. Everything's correct. Everything's good. Everything's really, really good. But we, myself and Wesley, just prefer a little bit more of a flowing technique. Okay? So when we go more gore, try to lose the count inside your head of ich, ni, san, shigo. Okay? Try and lose that and feel the flow. Like the IFK badge, the wave should have a nice flow. Okay, all good? Let's go. Ready? So let's go into yoi, and we're going to break it out 45 degrees first to the left. Okay? All right, ready? H! In, 2, 3, 4. Gyaku raise. H! Maigiri, punch, punch. H! Across, 2, 3, 4. Gyaku raise. H. Maigiri. Punch, punch. And then let's go back. See if I can use a little bit more of my space so I can stay in the screen a little bit more, so maybe you can see how not to do it. Okay, ready? Let's go. H. In 2, 3, 4. H. 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 Back. I'm going to narrow my angles a little bit, so I'm going to kick the wall. Ready? H. 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 And back. 2 more my numbers. H. 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 Ready? Back. 1 more by numbers. Then 2 or 3 more going. H. 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 All right.
Look at that.
I've got Gabby outside going. Crazy kid.
Yeah.
More going this time. Remember, your pace. Your pace. Don't be like everybody else. You know, don't be like boom, boom, or bum, 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 bum. Make it individual, technique's correct, and a good change of pace. Okay? You feel it. You feel. You have the connection. You have the emotion with the techniques of the kata. Okay? Tell the story as you want to present it. Quite good. Okay, ready? So, Mogore, and then we go through. Hey! Alright, and back. Okay, good, good, good. Excellent, good work. Change of pace, little break, boom, go again. Change of pace, little break, fire off again. Okay, it's the way to practice, and it's the way to get better, and then you can get more and more consistent and carry on. Okay? Hey! All right. One more. Hey! Hooray! Excellent. Good work, guys. So, little combination. The fighting. So Japanese do this a lot. If you ever watch a Japanese fighter, or a good one that is, and most of them in world tournaments are pretty decent, to be fair. They've got this fantastic change of pace and energy. It's really different to a lot of other nations, to be fair. Eastern Europeans, they come out, they're very steady, very strong, very explosive at times, but then the Japanese come out and they're like, boom, 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 bang, 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 and then they'll back off. And then all of a sudden they've just got this little extra gear that it goes. Now what they do a hell of a lot, especially the smaller guys, is they tend to kick down and then they do a really quick chew down to start breaking down people's livers and spleens and stomach muscles, especially if they're fighting someone big. They realise that, you know, not all the time hacking away at the leg is going to be the best option for them, because they have a lot of open weight tournaments, don't forget, in Japan. So it's not very uncommon that you get someone like me against someone like 85, 90 kilos. Like Wes. So what happens? What happens is they tend to hit hard, and then they'll hit two really sharp low kicks, or two really sharp kicks, get down and then shoot down. And that's what we're going to do, okay? So we're going to be there, we're going to go Gyaku Shitaski, and they're going to be kind of our good, strong base techniques. There, boom, boom, boom. And then we're going to do the get down and the shoot down after that, nice and quickly. Okay, we're only going to do 7 of these because I really want to concentrate on having this kick that goes here, boom, boom, and then really explodes off the ground. Because what's probably going to happen is people are going to go like this as time goes on. And I'd rather keep the numbers a little bit lower. Actually, we'll do 5. I'll be really nice to you today, so give you a chance to really execute all 5 as good as you're being. And I'm giving you a little break by yabbering on a lot as well. So let's go with this, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, as it hits the ground after the first one, make sure you're on the ball of the foot to drive off again with the second shoot down. Okay? Gyaku Shitaski, low shoot down. Good to go? 5, 5. You've had loads of rest. No excuses now. Okay, ready? Let's go. Ready? 8. 2. Good. Same with the other leg. Gyaku Shitaski. Get in, fire off really quickly for the second shoot down. Okay, let's go. Ready? Good. Right, so for the exercise, we've got little squats and then a good jump when I count. Okay, little squats. Just keep them like the little skiing squats we've done before. When I count, bang, explode off the ground, high as you can, straight away back to the little squats. All good? We're going to do loads again. 6 jumps, that's all. Okay? Ready? Let's go. Ready? 8. 2. 7. 3. Go. Hurry. Push. So quick drink. Then we're going across the pond. Some more great ideas. Is it helpful to people, especially maybe the lower grades that at the moment you're probably developing a lot of techniques, keeping them that same kind of pace? Getting a drink.
Probably not helpful. Yeah, it's really good. It's all quiet over here. Can't believe it.
That too.
Can't believe it. You're doing a wonderful job, Amaya. I'm really proud of you. It's amazing that you're doing this. You're amazing, little girl. Awesome.
Super stuff every week. Keep coming back. Well done.
After this whole period, she's gonna kick some butts in your dojo, Mr. Stringer.
Yes.
I think she will be amazing. So, yeah, next kata. Obviously, this is, as we were talking about Amaya, this is her favorite kata. She's performing it all the time. No, I'm just joking. It's actually, it's always been my kata for tournaments. And I know for a fact, Darren always used to do it as well. And this is Senshin. There's a lot of, you were doing this always, right?
I did. Early career, I did this quite a lot.
Yeah. Just in your later career, you were just doing Susho and Seipai.
Yes, but they were my 10 to go cuts,
yeah, 10 to go nuts. But in the early career of him, he did do a lot of sanctions, and so did I. Because this is it's also a kata which, if you perform it very well, you will get a lot of points. And to be fair, I was going there to win it, so
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
rather do it where I get a lot of points for. And before we go there was I can remember one tournament. Just a little anecdote because we've got loads of time. Don't, but I just want to tell it. There was I love to go to tournaments. I love to go participate tournaments, but I love to watch tournaments as well. And then there was this tournament, and this was the All World Championship in Hungary, 2009. Darren went there to fight. Then at that time, Sensei Sunil and I think Sensei Janine Davies, who are both Chien right now, went to participate into the Kata. And the first round was everybody doing Giksai Sho. Everybody. And then we're talking about probably 64 male contestants, 64 female contestants. So that's yada, 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 2 times 64 Giksai Shos. You can imagine this was after 3 Giksai Shos, very, very, very boring. And then there were a few, including Sensei Sunil, Shien Sunil, and Shien Janine Davis, doing the same kata, but doing it in a different way, and adding some spectacular movements in their tempo. And that's actually what waked me up again, because as I said, there were so many Giksai Shos and so many weren't very good. So please, if you're doing a kata tournament or if you're doing a grading, if you do this change of tempo, you're gonna wake the people up, and they're gonna be looking at you, and they're gonna be thinking, "Oh my God, this is amazing." Please make use of this. So then Senshin, lovely kata, a lot of movements and stuff like that, and also a lot of change in movements. The part we're gonna work on is not the first part, which also has some very, very strict movements, but we're gonna use the part where we twist and turn, 1, go up, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because if you do this in the right way, this is a really powerful and spectacular movement. Because there's, you do so much, but also you do very little. You're doing it in a Gibedachi, you're gonna bang, bang, and really go back on the last get and bride. In the right position, with a powerful twist, you're gonna rock that people world. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stand over here. Left arm will go up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 counts, and we're gonna add some tempo movements in there as well, so you can play with it a little bit. Are we good on this? First we're gonna do the right, then we're gonna do the left, and right, left, and then add some bits. Here we go. Ich, ni, san, shi, and array. Other hand. Ich, ni, san, shi, and array. Right hand again. Ni, san, shi. Kick loose. Other hand again. Ich, ni, san, shi. And shake loose again. So now we're gonna go ich, ni, san. So or again, get them right. It's gonna be 1 count. So 3 instead of 4 counts. There we go. Ich, ni, san. And array. Other side. Ich, ni, san. And array. 1 each side. Ich, ni, san. And array. Last one, the other side. Pitch, knee, sun, and all right, good. So, see a question there. Oh yeah, that's all right. That's okay, Veronica. So, now it's gonna be on your own count. Us, think about 1, 2. Over there, you're gonna do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Please stay there. Us, but make this your movement. Make this your count, your body. But there is a slight difference in the tempo. Us, don't go. It's not like that. Us, there we go. 2 on the right, 2 on the left. So left, right, or right, left, left. Here we go. Jimmy. And now ready. Jimmy. And now ready. Last 2. Jimmy. And now ready. Last one. Jimmy. And now ready. All right, shake it. Good. So, combination. As we did with Darren, we're gonna do this the same, only 5 times. Us, but something fancy, because it's probably my last one. I'm gonna close up with something fancy. Us. So, we're gonna do Gedan, Shiromawashi. Us, Gedan, Shiromawashi. Or you can choose Gedan, Chuden, Shiromawashi, whatever suits you. What we're doing is we're doing a kick which is called double tap. Us. So this one is going to be a very fast movement. So you're going to be standing over here, and it's going to be us, bam, Shiromawashi-giri. Us, bam, Shiromawashi-giri. Bam, Shiromawashi-giri. Us. We'll do 5 on the right and 5 on the left. For you guys, please start off with your bad leg. Us, for the Shiromawashi-giri. For me, it's my left leg. I can do it, but it's just not as good as the right leg. Us. So this means I'm going to be standing right leg in front. Get in, double tap, Shiromawashi-giri with my left leg. Us. Right, there we go. Okay. And knee, sun, she, last one. Was actually quite good. My bad leg. I love it. There we go. And knee, sun, she, last one. Aisha. And now ready. Us. All right. Quick little exercise. Us. Love it. Having loads of fun with you guys. This is what karate is about as well. Having fun with the people you love. So, again, slight change in the movements. We're gonna do crunches, small crunches all the time. Every time I count, you turn around, make a push-up, turn around, back again, go crunches. All the time for, we're gonna do 50 push-ups. I wouldn't even be able to do 50, but it's okay. Yeah, there we go. And Jimmy. Ish. Now turn the other side. Ay. San. Shi. Go. Yeah. Yummy. Stand up without using these bad boys. Quick little drink over to Mr. Stringer with the last bit. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because of all these anecdotes.
Yeah. All about nonsense talk, if you will. I'm actually going to stick to the same kata. We're not going to do the same bit though, don't worry. But we're going to do, so there's a little bit earlier on where we come up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get them right, get them right. So there's kind of 3 different paces in here if you nail it down. So we've got a count of 4, we've got a sharp one, and then kind of a strong one and a sharp one. So that's the kind of play on speeds we're going to use. Now I don't know how most people do the Murose Shun no Chuke, but I'd like you to entertain me and just try and do it my way. Okay, and then you can take it or leave it or do it however you please. Because with a lot of, I find, especially in this kata, all right, so at the beginning, for those of you who don't know it, you start off here and you come out and you're here. And then we start off the 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's a lot of 4 counts. That's a lot of 4 counts. Now, if someone just stands there and they go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically, there's nothing wrong with my techniques. I was doing it relaxed there, don't worry, it was all for show. But technically, there's nothing wrong with them techniques, but it's very dull and boring to watch 4 techniques over and over and over again, as Wesley's mentioned earlier on as well. 30 Gyatso shows, as much as you might like the kata, at some stage, if they're performed exactly the same, in exactly the same rhythm, emphasis, delivery, whether you like the kata or not, you're going to switch off. Okay? And what I tend to do with slow movement techniques, I tend to add a little bit of speed in there and then really slow it down. Okay? So what I tend to do is I tend to go fast and then slow. Fast, then slow. Whereas a lot of other people, they'll come along and they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and they'll use the whole 4 seconds throughout the entire bit. Myself, I'll go fast, then slow. So as Wesley said as well, in the back of the judge's mind, he's going, that's a little bit unusual. Everyone else is doing this, but he's nice and fast, a little bit dynamic, and then the slow power. A little bit dynamic, slow power. And that's what I tend to do with a lot of my movements. So the same with earlier on when we were doing pin and yon. Loads of people, they go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm here, 2, 3, 4. With like sushi ho, I'm like in 1, 2, 3, 4. Whereas other people are like slow. And then all of a sudden, what happens is, because you have a little bit of success, people start following on that. And then they start adopting that. And then you have to break the mold again a little bit somehow different. So basically what I'm saying is, although it dictates 4 seconds for the technique, it doesn't say how you deliver that 4 seconds. It could be fast 1, slow 3. Doesn't say you have to go at an even, slow pace. Okay, so think about that all the time. What we're going to do is here, 1, 2, 3, 4, strong, quick. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, strong, quick. Okay, because the forward one, that's where our power comes from, and this one is kind of like the reaction when we block. When we drive forward, we're normally the strong. When we block, it's normally the fast reactive, because we don't want to get kicked in the face. Okay, and if you think about it that way, hopefully this breakdown will help you a lot. Strong is the offense, sharp and reactive is your defense, because you don't want to get hit. Okay, so we're going to be here 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're just going to do a couple either side, and then I'd like to be able to give Wesley another little section where he can go over something really quickly. But
we don't have time for that.
Yeah, we'll see how the time goes. Okay. Right, so let's go in yoi. So we're going to go right leg. So we're going to be there, sharp, out, 2, 3, 4. Okay, ready? Edge, sharp, out, 2, 3, 4. Edge, strong, edge, fast. Edge, fast, 2, 3, 4. Edge, strong, edge, fast. Okay, and back to yoi. Right, let's see if we can do 3 more of them. Okay, and then we'll do a couple more gore, and then we'll probably about time. We'll see if Wesley wants to squeeze one in. Okay, ready? Edge, 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 edge. Now ready. Good. No, my trousers. I need to get them cut, really. Ready? Edge! 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 Now ready. One more by numbers. Edge! 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 Nari! Your time, okay? Your time. Dynamic slow, power fast. Dynamic slow, power fast. Okay? How that fits into your world is your world. We try and make it happen. Okay, let's do 2 or 3, and we'll see where we are. Okay, into your hey. Good, and now excellent, nicely done. Feel the heart going, feel the change of pace, feel the dynamics, the power, the explosion. Feel like you're living it. Okay? Ready? Hey! Hurry! One more. One more, DJ. Ready? Hey! Nari! Good. So, if you don't know the katas, if you don't know the things, pick them up quickly and then start playing around with the speeds. Wes, do you want to have a go at anything else?
No, I would just like to finish off with one more thing I'd like to tell.
Yep.
A lot of people use a lot of power, but they tend to go way too into the flow. You also have to break at some stages, or actually at a lot of stages within your kata. And I know Darren has been doing this as well, and I've been doing this as well. Just as Darren said, when you go in quick, make it even at the start of Senshin, I always tend to be really stand over there, power 1 and knee down 1 and go really, and over here quick and slow, quick and slow, sort of like that. And then at that time, you're really changing. You're not changing the kata, but you're changing the feeling of the kata. And something I always used to do, and I talked about this when we're just doing magiri and stuff. I used to really freeze myself for just a little second before we go over to the next technique, and then this can be trained within Taikyoku, for instance. A lot of people, when they go into Taikyoku Suna Ich, just the first step is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and when we stand here, 1, 2, and then before you go, lock yourself. 1 and 2, and every time you lock yourself, this is like an instant reaction within the judges or the people who grade you. They think, hey, picture, 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 every time. And then and if you're the one doing that, out of 20 people doing the kata, you're the one being remembered. All the time you use the kime, or all the time you lock yourself into the right position. It kind of looks strange when I talk about this, but this really gives some interaction and realization of what we're doing in the kata. You can't do this with every technique, but every time you go, 1, stand there just for a little bit, bam, gah, everything in your body will be tense. And there you go, and there you go, and at that time you're really living the kata. And at that time, when you finish the kata, you probably feel a little bit exhausted because you really performed the kata. You didn't just do the steps, you didn't just do the way of the kata, but you really lived it. You really were busy. Bam, bam. There you are. At that time, oh my God. People will feel this, and people will think about this, and that's why Darren was a 3-time world champion. That's why I won a lot of international and national championships with kata, just because we did it a little different than the rest. Didn't change the kata. We stayed there with the big man's IDs. We stayed there, and we just tried to perform a little bit extra. And that's a big compliment we got by Shi and Jeff Wybrow. He's like, every time I watch you guys and every time I look at you guys doing karate, doesn't even matter what you're doing, the way you perform it, the way you live it, this is actually what really gives a your karate. So hopefully this was a very, very useful session, and maybe there's some questions from out of this session. I think we've done loads. We've done a lot of katas, a lot of changeovers, a lot of position changes and tempo changes. So yeah, please let us know. And otherwise, maybe we can use like a 5-minute stretch from Darren himself. That's okay.
Yeah, that's cool. We can still talk while we're doing some bits.
Yeah, and if there's people who'd like to ask something, or maybe there's something that isn't particularly clear for you guys, just please say so. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, let's leg straight and stretch down. My hamstrings are quite tight today from the weekend. Yeah, I mean, it's all relevant. You know, if you want to change the pace, change direction quickly, you know, sharp head movement, sharp techniques. But the most important is the focal point. You know, you have to the right leg, you have to have that focal point that Wesley is saying. And if you're not coming out of the kata a little bit tired, unless you're extremely elite fit, if you're not coming out of that kata a little bit tired, probably you're not delivering it correctly. To the left, it's no secret that Hanji always went on about how he did a lot of kata preparation for his 100-man. Yes, times were different, and yes, the environment and the people he fought were in a much different environment than today. But that doesn't mean it was any easier or any harder. It's just different. To the center again, and by delivering all them constant dynamic techniques that you have to deliver in kata, along with all the movements, all the change of directions, it's very, very demanding. And we should take a lot away from that every time that we do the kata. Don't just think, man, I'm not hitting pads, so it's not the same. No, use it so you can hit the pads better. Okay, turn to the right. Just sit that back on the left leg, lift the right leg, toes off the ground, and stretch down. Utilize everything that you can within your training to make you better, whether you enjoy it, whether it's your favorite aspect or your least favorite aspect of training. Everything has a benefit if you approach it and deliver it correctly. And change the other side.
Nice.
Come up to the center. Bring your feet together.
Yes.
Okay, bend the legs slightly, hands on the back of the heels or the ankles, and just slowly straighten your legs and try and keep your weight down. And bend the legs again. And straighten. And bend. Last one of these. And straighten. Come up slowly. Legs just not quite two shoulder widths, but just open. Flex the toes out, and let's drop through the center line. Just open these hips a little bit. Just rotate slowly from side to side, and just roll them hips ever so slightly. We didn't do too many yokogeris and washigeris and stuff today, but it's always nice to loosen them up, even if we've not worked them hard. Up you come. Rotate hips. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ante ich, ni, san, shi, go. And just relax.
Nice.
Shake loose. So, really good session today. I really enjoy doing this kind of work, but I only enjoy it if I'm given the time and the freedom to execute it properly. This kind of work is no fun if the instructor's just beating you up time and time again, giving you no rest, giving you no recovery. So if you are an instructor and you expect people to do dynamic moves, please give them the time to do dynamic moves. Don't just go, hejime, 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 hejime. The first three are going to be pretty good maybe, and then either the person's going to switch off because he's thinking, I don't see an end to this. It's not ending anytime soon. I can't maintain this level, so I'm going to taper back. Or they're going to think, there's no point. There's no point. I can't be bothered with this because I'm not going to get any better. So please, if you're the student, always try your hardest anyway. Try not to switch off because even if you start off and you do 3 or 4 or 5 of them good and then it starts dwindling down after that, at least you got them good ones. Don't just start off and think, because my students probably have the same with me. They're like, okay, we know where this is going now. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know. But I definitely feel that when I'm with instructors, and that's not to say I dislike the lesson. It's not that at all. But you get a feel for the way that people teach. try not to be that predictable person, because that's when you slip into the predictable patterns of the katas, predictable patterns of delivering steady pace techniques. Okay, so do try that. You know, it won't happen straight away, especially if you're not used to doing dynamic techniques. Wesley was not able to just, you know, spin around really quick one day, and you know, it took time. He trained really hard to be able to benefit from the things that he's able to do. I trained really hard. We all train really hard. It's just about training a little bit smarter and realizing that if I want this explosion from my body, I need to give it the time to be able to deliver that explosion time and time again. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you got something from it, and let's all see you in the future really bang, bang, breaking that pace. I want to see a Damon Collins Kata. I don't want to see a Skinner Kata. I want to see a Damon Collins Skinner Kata. I want to see a John Kata, John Chata Yansu. You know, I want to see a Jazz Taikyoku Sona Ich. You know, and all of the katas are very, very applicable to this. Even Taikyoku, as Wesley rightly so said at the very beginning, but it has to be the way I tell that story to people. Okay, good stuff, guys. Excellent work, and sorry for talking so much.
Just a few more little things. All of this, we focused a lot on katas today. A few fair little bits on fighting stuff. This is really going to help you out in the fighting bit, guys. There's going to be that moment where you're getting by being in a rhythm and kind of beating you up, and you're going to break the rhythm. You're going to need to break the rhythm by doing bam, two or three really sharp punches, or two or three really sharp techniques, or you're just going to break the rhythm and going to catch the guy's teeth out because you're going to be that amazing. Again, this is such a thankful thing to do. Darren and myself, every time, it's probably not a surprise for you guys that we talk every day, and every time we kind of look forward to doing stuff like this, and this is only able, and we can only do this with you guys. So again, I think we've said this so many times, but we're so proud that all of you, and even the people who are not around anymore because they're training at at their own dojos, or working again, or kind of getting back to normal again. We're so thankful that we can do this, and we are really thankful for all of your support. And it's never a chore; it's always a bless to do. So again, really thankful, and it's just amazing to do this.
Thumbs up to you guys as well, because you do a fantastic job. You really do. Time in, time out. You come in, you give us all of your attention, you give us all of your effort, and you can't ask for more than that. And you guys have, I sincerely hope that you guys have felt an improvement over the last X amount of weeks, because not because we're amazing, but because we have a really good feel about each other. Yeah, we are. Well done. Hats off to you guys as well. It's definitely not just about the instructor. Definitely.
Thank you.
Good job.
Everybody, can now and Darren, you're mute.
That's very strange.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Everybody can unmute themselves now.
Yep. Well done, guys. Super stuff.
Bye, Maya.
Bye, Maya.
That's fantastic.
Excellent. Brilliant.
Brilliant. Yeah, it is brilliant.
Try those exercises, Sensei Wes. Try those exercises I told you.
Do, my man.
Bye,
guys. Before already.
Thank you. See you Saturday, guys.
Thank you. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks very much. That was great.
Yes, guys. No worries, John. All the best, mate.
Take care.
Cheers, Jackie.
Thank you. Brilliant, you too. Thank you.
Brilliant.
No worries.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Cheers, Jazz.
Would this be on Facebook?
Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Wesley.
Thanks for being there, Jess. Well done.
Well done, man.
Will this be on Facebook in a couple of days?
Thank you.
Sorry.
Sorry.
One moment, Veronica.
Would this be on Facebook in a couple of days?
Yeah, definitely.
Us, thank you.
Yeah, we will share it
Us.
probably in well, 1 or 2 days or something.
Us. Thank you very much. Us.
No worries. We're very welcome. Thank you. Let's stop recording because we don't need to.